morning. Today is Transfiguration Sunday. Today is the time that we celebrate the mystery that the light of God shone on the face of Jesus. Today's story is about the transfiguration of Jesus, and it is found in 3 of the 4 Gospels. Transfiguration, or transforming, or changing. Let's listen to today's story. Jesus and his disciples had been very busy teaching in the villages and the surrounding countryside. Jesus had also been busy helping the sick and the poor, feeding 5,000 people with only a few loaves of bread and some fish, calming the storm in the boat when the disciples were fishing. And he even turned water into wine. Jesus had been saying amazing things and doing wonderful things, but still, people did not know who he was. And so one day, he asked the disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And they answered, "Well, some people say that you are John the Baptist. Some say that you are Elijah. Some say that you are a prophet." But Jesus asked again, "Who do you say that I am?" And Peter answered, "You are the Christ." "You are blessed, Peter," said Jesus, "for God has shown you who I am." And then Jesus explained, "I will be going to Jerusalem for the Passover. I will be killed, but on the 3rd day, God will make me alive again." Well, the disciples were very confused. They couldn't believe this. They didn't understand. Jesus continued to teach them. And then one day, he led Peter, John, and James to a mountain because he wanted time to talk to God. And when they got to the mountain, they climbed to the top together. And while they were on the top of the mountain and Jesus was talking with God, he was transfigured. His face shone bright like the sun, and his clothes became a dazzling white, so white and bright like the snow that we've been seeing outside, sparkling, so much so that the disciples could hardly even look. And then Elijah and Moses were standing next to Jesus. And Peter was so excited. He said, "I will build a shelter for all of you." And then a cloud descended. And the disciples were frightened. And a voice from above said, "This is my special son. Listen to him." And the cloud disappeared. and the disciples only saw Jesus. And Jesus spoke to them, and he said, "Do not be afraid. Follow me." And the disciples did not talk about this to anyone for a while, for a long time. I wonder how these disciples felt about not going with Jesus. I wonder what Moses and Elijah were talking about with Jesus on the mountain. I wonder how hard it was for these disciples, for Peter, James, and John, to not tell anyone what had happened on the mountain. I wonder how hard it was for them to keep a secret.